Hello, hello. I am so freaking excited. It is day one of the mob, which is overcoming burnout, creating harmony in your life, and just having the most kick-ass time in motherhood because sometimes it can get crazy, it can get ugly, it can get scary, it can get chaotic, but it is also beautiful and loving and is such a blessing and a gift all at the same time. And that is why I wanted to create this course. So, welcome, you gorgeous soul, because you are here because you want to be the best person for your family, for your kids, but mostly for yourself. And that is what we are going to do to kickstart this amazing program. We are going to talk about what it means to be a mother, what it means to be a woman, and how we can freaking honor our womanhood and the power that we truly bring. Because sometimes we get so messed up and so caught up in everything that we are doing that we forget that we are actually freaking superhuman, and we need to recognize our strengths. We need to recognize our power. And I am going to help you reclaim all of that today. So I hope you have your notebooks ready because we're about to dive deep into the mob. We're going to dive deep into the mothers overcoming burnout. And this is going to be the freaking reclamation of your motherhood. So let's get started because I am so excited. And I have a lot to share in such a little time. So, where we are going to start today is kind of my reason for wanting this, and mostly is because of the simple fact that I am a young mom. So I am Cheyenne Williams. For those of you that don't know me, I am a certified holistic trauma specialist. I have a degree in psychology. I've done grad school. I've done undergrad. I've gotten special certificates. I've done it all. And I thought that was going to be the most fulfilling thing, but nothing leveled up to what self-love actually brought me. There was no amount of student debt that I have earned that ever made me feel successful. Having kids did not make me feel loved. Having the most amazing man on the planet did not make me feel safe. And I realized that it came down to me. But I had to do some digging. I had to do some deep internal work, being a young mom at 19 years old, to realize that it was either up to me or my family was going to diminish. Being the best mom to my ability was up to me. And if I didn't heal myself, if I didn't learn how to take care of myself, if I didn't learn how to be selfish and set boundaries for myself, I would not have survived to make it through motherhood with my daughter. And that is kind of where my healing journey and my motherhood really started, was at 19 years old. There's like a feather flying around. At 19 years old, when I had my first kid out of an extremely abusive relationship. I was in a domestic violent relationship for 3.5 years, and it was life or death with me leaving. And I fought tooth and nail to get me and my daughter, who was 2 months old at the time, out of that house. And luckily we survived, but we hit a lot of rock bottoms before we got to where we are today. And I'm saying that not for sympathy, not for empathy, not for you to feel saddened by my story, but for you to realize that sometimes being a mom is not about your kids. It's about the strength that you have to pull down and from deep within you to actually learn how to be selfless. And the most selfless thing you could do is to be selfish. I know. I see some faces right now and you're like, oh my God, no. No, yes, you have to be selfish. You have to do things for you, because if you give up your life for your kids, if you give up your life for your partners, if you give up your life because you have a family, you are actually abandoning your family. And that is the one thing that I lived by and stand true to this day, is I will never give up on my hopes, on my dreams, on my desires for my kids, for my partner, for anyone in my life. Because if I do that, I am actually neglecting my child. I am neglecting my family. I am giving up and I am abandoning them. And that is the biggest form of childhood neglect. The biggest form of childhood neglect is neglecting becoming the best version of you, the best version of yourself. and reclaiming that power and having everything in your life and knowing that you are everything in your life and not needing that external validation, not needing it from your kids, not needing it from your partners, not needing it from your parents or your siblings or your friends or whoever. It means becoming the next level of yourself. And sometimes when we become moms, we feel like we just plateau and lose our identity, and that is not true. You can absolutely have harmony within being a parent, within having intimate relationships, within having friendships, with being business owners, whatever you want it to be, you can have harmony. And I want you to start to think of this world and the world you're creating as this giant ecosystem where we all have a power and a purpose, and we all are equal, yet so different and so unique, but we all bring something to the table. So stop measuring up, because we are beautiful puzzle pieces that come together and make this beautiful collective. You just have to remind yourself that you are worthy. And you have to challenge yourself to show up authentically. Stop using being a mom as an excuse to lower your standards. Stop using being a mom as an excuse for being lazy. Oh, I can't start this business because I got the kids. Oh, I look like a hot mess because my kids are driving me crazy. Oh, I'm going to drink this wine because I've earned it because my kids had one of them days, girl. I hear you. I feel you. I understand you. But what you are doing is you are hindering your growth by creating motherhood as this excuse for enabling habits that no longer serve you. So show up authentically in the way that you are in the world, not the person you think you need to be, but the person you actually are. So ask yourself, what will it be like to actually be in my feminine energy? What will it actually be to just be a mom and to be me? And what lessons am I actually teaching my kids by doing that? We all believe that we need a system in place. We all believe that we need to have this routine and this thing down pat, and there's this and there's that, and it has to be perfect. And what if that system is just you? What if the only system you need is by showing up as you? I truly believe that the frequency of truth is the most powerful thing. And by showing up in your real, raw, most vulnerable, authentic, truthful self, that is your superpower. And knowing that you are perfect and how happy you can actually be by being in your perfection. Being a mom isn't about taking our kids to sporting events, taking our kids to their practices, feeding them and having coffee and baby bottles and diaper bags and all the things all in one hand while driving. It's not about working on the days where you just want to be in a fetal position in your bed because you have a fever. This moms have no day off is bullshit. You have to give yourself the ability and the permission to ask for help and understand that life is about achieving your desires, not performing authentically practices. And what I mean is by achieving what you want in life, doing what you want in life. So if that means your husband has to take care of the kids, then he needs to take care of the kids, and you got to be okay with asking for that help. And know that it is okay. And understanding that where your truth comes from is from your heart, is from your higher self. But as a mom, we've done it to ourselves to believe that we are not worthy of love. We are not worthy of success. We are not worthy of being the best of the best, because we have to be this crazy, chaotic, superhuman mom that always gets things right and remembers all the birthdays, all the sporting events, all the birthday parties, all of the school events, all of the parent teacher conferences, when it doesn't have to be like that. We have help. We have to be able to open our eyes to understand that that help is there for us when we need it. And we have to be able to ask for the help, and we have to be able to give ourselves the permission to slow down and to not do it all. And the more of us that do that, the more of us that asks for the help, the burnout will coincide, the burnout will go away, the burnout will eliminate from your life, and you will actually be a healthier, happier, sexier, juicier, more vibrant mom. And that is what you desire. And that is what this mob collective is going to teach you. That is what this community is all about, is about holding each other accountable. And if you want that, if you desire that, then I highly, highly suggest you paying the monthly subscription, keeping yourself in the mob community. Because we're about to get juicy, sexy, liberated, and vibrant together as we conquer motherhood. And we're going to celebrate and honor what it means to be a mom, what it means to be a woman, and what it means to be in our feminine energy. That fire we have that we keep so contained, so we're not snapping on our kids 24/7, that is our magic. And that is the biggest weapon we have. And we need to learn how to handle it. We need to learn how to control it. We need to learn how to be embodied with it, so that we no longer feel like we're just this teapot boiling up, getting ready to like disperse into the universe. Because that fire, that rage, that emotion, that sadness, that crazy, that chaotic, that wild side is who we are. And just keeping it down, keeping it hidden, keeping it contained is doing nothing but driving you to the bottles and driving you to the caffeine and driving you to burnout. So you have to make peace with that internal fire. You have to educate the world around you about your internal fire and how to handle her. It doesn't work anymore to just pretend our whole life and then tell them you're sorry for projecting onto them. You're sorry for just going off on them. You're sorry for being crazy. When in reality, you're not. You erupted because you didn't know how to control her. You didn't know how to contain her. You didn't have the coping skills you need to regulate her. And if you try to contain that person of you every single day for the rest of your life, that is when motherhood takes your identity. So you need to learn how to handle the emotions correctly. You need to learn how to stand in your truth correctly. You need to learn how to set boundaries and regulations and parameters for you, for your kids, and for your family, so that you can discover who you are and hold all of your identities: the mom you, the wife you, the friend you, the daughter you, the believer you, the business owner you, and hold harmony within all of those pieces. Because that is how you evolve. And that is when you overcome burnout. And that is what we are going to continue to embrace and embody in this collective. I am so freaking excited about the mob, you guys. Like, I have been desiring a community for myself of moms like this, and to believe that it is in full effect and we are the founders of this amazing community. I am so freaking proud of you. I am so freaking proud of us. And so continue to invest in your health, because by investing in your health, you invest in your kids, you invest in yourself, and you invest in your partner and in your family, and you become the best version of you. And by having the best version of you exist, you create the best life that you truly desire. I love you guys. I love you guys, and go and continue to thrive. Go continue to thrive, because we are no longer living a life in motherhood where we have to survive every single day. Bye, guys.